Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Kathy Hester of PlantBasedInstantPot.com and HealthySlowCooking.com. Last week, I think it was last week, we opened up the first Nourish Box that I had. And so I have October's Nurish Box and I wanted to go ahead and unbox that. Also, I promised to show you some of the basil kit, and I have some little teeny tiny sproutlings to show you, so I'm excited about that. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So the box looks pretty much the same, only it doesn't have the water stains that I put on it last time. But it's really pretty much the same size. Once again, we have this Welcome to Nourish Box kind of thing that tells us all about it. So I may reference this. One of the things actually that the owner told me, and I'm sorry, my dog is like a whine-orific. I'm handing him his third treat to be quiet. So there's also this QR code, and it takes you to a page that's got cooking instructions, recipes, exclusive subscriber discounts, and more, and it's going to be for each box. So that's pretty cool. And we'll talk a little more about that when I show you the seedlings again. So what I think is cool is, once again, we have some organic beans. So this is a pound of non-GMO, California-grown, Chili Smith Family Foods painted pony beans. And let me give you a closer look. Can you guys see how pretty those are? So one of the things people are crazy for, at least in my group, so if you're not already in my free Facebook group, it's Vegan Recipes Cooking with Kathy Hester. You have to answer a couple of questions and say you're not going to spam, pretty much. So come on over there. And a couple of the members are super excited because they got into Rancho Gordo's Bean Club. And that's a quarterly subscription. But what interests me in this Nourish Box a lot is for the two boxes that I've gotten, we've gotten these really neat, hard to find, if not some impossible to find, heirloom beans. And that's pretty awesome. So last time there was black barley, and this time there's organic millet. I'll show you over this way again. And so again, obviously it's organic, so it means it's non-GMO, vegan, all kinds of stuffs, and it talks about the basic preparations. And this is also the same brand as last time. Both of these, there was a black barley and Good Mother Stallard beans. And I am out of treats, so you're just going to hear him whine some. Now this is very interesting. So there's ginger and turmeric jackfruit chews, and it's just dried fruit and spices. So let's look at the ingredients. Jackfruit, ground ginger, and turmeric powder. And so let's see what we've got here. No sodium. There's some sugars. There's no added sugars, and they're really particular about saying no added sugars. So that's kind of cool. So I think what we need to do is we need to open this and see what it's like. I've actually not had any sweet jackfruit stuff before. And Max is being quiet because he thinks this is for him. Ha-ha. Ooh. So this is not quite how I expected them to be. So it looks like dried pieces of jackfruit with ginger and turmeric on it, which kind of makes sense with what they said. Let's show you a little closer. Okay. So let's try one. It may end up being really chewy. It is chewy. It's not overly sweet. Let's see if the dog will eat one. He likes it. I like it. The dog likes it. I don't see that there's anything in there that would hurt him. Because I make dog cookies with turmeric and ginger already. These are really good. Last month, the month before this, there were dried beet chips that were just beets. And those were delicious too. They were very crunchy. This is very different. This still would be good chopped up on a salad or just as a snack. says there's 2 servings in here, 80 calories. So far so good. And do you guys have any questions? I just realized I didn't have the box up to see what you guys might be saying. That does me no good. Okay, so these guys are cool, and this is from AMAZI. I don't know how to say it, because I'm like that. Okay, then there's like 4 of these different fruit jerkies, and from the back they remind me of some of the tofu jerkies in the way that they look. Now expect, since it's banana and cocoa, banana with pecans, mango, and pineapple, that it's not going to taste like that. But let's pick one. Oh wow, these are really easy. Banana pecans, ta-da! Bananas cacao nibs, just mango, and just pineapple. So that's pretty cool. So these are snacks, and these are about 70 calories each. There's 5 milligrams of sodium, and that's just going to be natural from the fruit. And there's going to be sugar from the fruit. So for instance, the pineapple has 14 grams, but there is 0 added grams. So that's kind of interesting. And let's see how we're doing on time, if we have time to play with that. This is one of my favorite things ever, and I've not tried burlap and barrel. Get close up. Smoked paprika, food of the vegan gods, as far as I'm concerned. I use this in soups, stews, chilies. If you're not a fan of liquid smoke and you like smoky foods, this is a really great way to get it into that flavor into your foods. And you know, I think it's really hard to overdo it. If you're not a fan of smoky foods, a little goes a long way. But if you love smoky foods, this looks great. So let me see if I can open this and we'll look inside. Let me see how it's. Oh, it smells really good. You want to smell, Boo-Boo? Oh, even he likes it. He never likes smelling anything. Can you guys see that? It's nice and red and fresh. And that may be going into my dinner. I haven't even decided what I'm going to make yet, but now I want to use this. And we have one last thing that I have never had before. And also, because there was some glass in this box, it was packed a little more tightly. And that was pretty awesome. Just telling you that because we actually have a bottle of vinegar. I have scissors nearby in case I can't get in. And this was packed really well in bubble wrap. Because I don't know what it is. It's like once you put a glass bottle of something into the mail, it makes them crazy. So this is smoke-infused balsamic vinegar. This may be my new best friend. Have any of you guys had smoke-infused balsamic before? And Brandy's never seen any of those jerky snacks, and neither have I. And yeah, and Brandy and Gabriel are on team smoked paprika with me. So, what it says, and this is from beemanandpas.com. Oh, Beeman and Pas. Apostrophe S. And so, grape must, red wine vinegar, natural smoke. It's gluten-free, non-GMO, no oil, no added salt or sugar. It is prepared in a facility that uses walnut and dairy. And we talked about this a little bit last time, but just in case you're new, when you see things on packages that say things like could contain dairy, even though dairy isn't in the ingredients, what that means is they used a shared manufacturing facility or packaging facility. And by law and their own rules, they close it down They clean and do everything, but there could be a tiny microbe of something somewhere. So if you are highly allergic to walnuts or dairy, you might pass on this, but that doesn't make it not vegan. So just letting you know. Ooh. Okay. Let's take a little taste of this. It smells very balsamic-y. I'm curious at how smoky it is. Come on out of there, a little drop. Ooh. Ooh, it's the nice thick kind. I can show you that up here. You guys see how thick it is? It's not just like, yeah. Okay, here we go. You definitely taste the sweetness. Just a little bit of like that sour, tangy part of the balsamic. And a little bit of smoke. It is, I use liquid smoke, so I was thinking it was going to be a little bit stronger than it is. This would still be amazing to marinate tempeh in, or mushrooms to make bacon, and I think that would be really good. I've never heard, and I hope I'm saying Bima and Paz correctly. Let me show it to you one more time so you guys can look it up. And don't forget, you can go to nourishbox.com and use my name and get $5 off a box. So the boxes are $45. And I can, if you have some questions, just leave it in the comments and I'll come back and talk to you about it. It's like a surprise box. So this is a plant-based box, whereas I found other like vegan snack boxes and cruelty-free beauty boxes. You can even get Harry Potter boxes, which I've gotten. So subscription boxes are big. So what happens is it's kind of this mystery present that you get every month or every other month, depending on what subscription you use. So, and I think I saw something over here. Nope. Okay. I thought I heard somebody talking on Facebook. So basically, then what I do is I come home one day and I have all these presents and surprises. And it's kind of like a way to treat yourself. And since it's all plant-based food, we don't always get a chance just to get a box, right? We can't just get a vegan snack box because things are going to be fried and have lots of salt and have, you know, things that maybe you don't want to eat as a plant-based person doing this for health. With that said, there'd be no reason for a vegan not to get this plant-based box either, because we've got delicious smoked balsamic, we've got smoked paprika, we have, I like this fruit jerky, and I can't wait to try this. And this is going to be awesome. A lot of times I'll throw a snack in my computer bag when I'm going to a coffee shop in case they don't have anything I can eat. And the fact that it's just dried fruit is kind of cool. And from feeling it, the texture does feel jerky-like more than fruit leather-like, at least from just poking it like this. These jackfruit chews would be awesome for that too. These would also be very good for traveling, because I don't know about you, but I often get a little air sick. Sometimes the air comes through and I get a little nauseous. And the ginger that goes with these jackfruit chews will help that. So I would definitely set aside some of these for a travel bag. So millet. It's kind of funny. Millet is one of the first new grains to me when I became vegetarian in 1983, back in the old days. And what's funny is at that point, millet was mostly used for birdseed because birds like millet. But it has a really nice texture to it. Often, I'll use it in chilies. Since I can't have gluten anymore, I can't put bulgur. But I used to put bulgur, millet, and quinoa in with beans, and it kind of gives it that meatier, hearty texture, and it makes it look more meaty, which can be helpful when you're trying to get friends and family to try something vegan. And I have not cooked with of these painted pony beans before. And I have, let me see if he says anything about the painted pony. Oh, okay. So what I was about to say, because you guys know probably I wrote a book on beans, the Great Vegan Bean Book, a few years ago, and I talk about a lot of different heirlooms, and a lot of the heirlooms look beautiful dry, and then when you cook them, they look like pinto beans. So a lot of times it happens. They will taste different, and there are reasons to have it, but it's not always what you think it is. And what we're seeing here is not only are these painted pony beans tasty, but they're beautiful, and they keep their distinctive look, although somewhat muted when cooked. And they have a dense interior and a thick skin, so they hold their shape well when cooked, and a mild flavor. And it says use anywhere like you would black or pinto beans, which is what I usually say about these. If these keep their color, I might just cook these down with some garlic, onion, maybe that smoked balsamic, definitely some smoked paprika, and I think that would just be really good with a crusty piece of bread or a nice big kale salad or something like that. The millet, he's saying, is great for pilaf, stews, and soups and breakfast porridge. And I think that's the only thing we really needed to add some stuff to. Before I go, I want to show you, because I was using the basil kit last time, and I promised I would show you the baby basil. Can you guys see that? My little teeny tiny baby basils. That's Thai basil. And so I did also find out you can get refills for these, and you want to use these darker bottles. And it says all that on there. And so this is my Phantom, which is my Halloween wine. And I'm going to make, all you have to do then is just drop a few seeds on it, and you cover it for about 5 days until those start. And I'll keep you up to date with my exciting basil growth. Do you guys have any questions? And the basil was Urban Leaf. It's an expensive little kit, but I think this would make a really neat present. So this would make a neat present, but so would Nurish Box. Because not only could you subscribe yourself to have a present all the time, you could do that for a friend of yours that maybe is thinking about going plant-based or just needs some ways to kind of spice up and get out of the bean and potato rut they might be in. Because sometimes if you just make the same bean all the time, it starts feeling a little dull. I never get tired of just beans and potatoes, but that's because I use things like different spices and vinegars. But this little kit lets you make 3 kinds of basil, and this is exactly the kind of thing I like to do when fall and winter starts, just to kind of bring some green inside. And this was, I think, was like $22 or $24 for this, so it's not inexpensive on its own. Since I just opened this box, I haven't gone down and done a pricing of it, but I did find that the last box, I think the pricing that I found was about $5 more than the box, because it's not inexpensive, but it's very quality things. There's lots of organics in there, and I don't think I've ever seen smoke infused balsamic vinegar before. Have you guys? Because I'd love to know. So tomorrow, if all goes as planned, I will be back and I will unbox my Misfit Market again and let you guys see that. And then I may be doing another unboxing on Saturday too. Just unboxing craziness. And I promise I'll get back to doing recipes. Another thing is I did put up a recipe, a little printable of my 4 most popular spice recipes, including my barbecue seasoning that Chef AJ loves, and I think you'll love too. And to get that, all you have to do is go to plantbasedinstantpot.com. If you scroll down a little ways, there'll be a place to put in your name and email, and if you subscribe, then you will be taken through a tiny process. Basically, it says, hey, go check your email. You check your email, you click on that, and then your recipes will open right there, and you can print them from there or save them to your computer. So I would love for you guys to have that. I'm really trying to get that out and about. And if you have any questions or there's something in particular you want me to talk about on another live, please leave it in the comments. And I appreciate you spending time with me. And I can't wait to show you more goodies. Have a great rest of your Thursday.